This is Company Culture Change, an interview series by Mindshare Partners. Our goal with this series is to show the progress being made in the national movement for workplace mental health. In this episode, I'm excited to speak with and introduce to you Michael Fraccaro, the Chief People Officer at Mastercard, where he successfully leads a global HR team in developing and implementing innovative approaches to human capital management. Michael is also a member of the Management Committee and the Executive Leadership Team. Thank you so much for being here today, Michael.
It's great to be here. Thanks, Nina.
Yes, awesome. So let's hop right into the questions.
Okay.
Tell us about Mastercard's Mental Health Champions program. I was really excited to see that you have one of these. Why was it started and how's it going?
Yeah, so look, mental health has always been an issue, a topic of we've been focused on at Mastercard. And particularly during the pandemic, we saw a need for people to tell their stories. We talked about, tales from the new normal. And people were dealing with loneliness and parents and children, a whole range of different things. And so we introduced a number of initiatives during that period, which we continue today. So things like physical well-being, mental well-being, a whole range of different aspects of well-being. But the one area that we felt was really important was to look at helping colleagues, peers within the organization to identify what may be happening in the workplace with their work colleagues. And so we introduced this program, Mental Health Champions, almost like a first responder activity. It's a 12-hour certification program, and it helps individuals, employees, really identify issues, not to solve them, but to know what to look for, when to escalate, and obviously provide people with a pathway of seeking professional help if they need it. So that's really the background of it. We initially rolled it out as a pilot here in the US, and now it's going global.
Awesome. And how is that program going?
Very well received. We've got people from all levels of the organization, executive assistants that are very passionate about helping their co-workers, all the way to executives within the organization as well. So it's been very well received. And because of the demand, we've expanded it elsewhere in the group.
That's great. And flexibility plays an important role in mental health as well today. How does Mastercard think about flexibility as part of its overall approach to supporting employee well-being?
Yeah, so flexibility is a big thing. We've always had an element of flexibility in our workplace. We have a hybrid work environment, so people come into the office 3 days on average per week, but we also have people that work fully remote and everything in between. And so that provides individuals with an element of flexibility. We also have programs or policies like 4 weeks work from elsewhere. So if I, for example, on holiday back in my home country in Australia, whilst I may take a couple of weeks off for vacation to visit family and friends, I can then spend an additional 2 weeks there to work from Sydney, and then I can take another 2 weeks in another location. So 4 weeks maximum, and that is a huge benefit for different segments of our workforce. We have meeting-free days once every quarter. We have Flex Fridays to give people an opportunity on Fridays to focus on things that they may want to do for themselves or to focus on their own training and development as well. So we give that kind of time. And I think the other aspect that we've done is leverage technology as well from a flexibility perspective. And what I mean by that is we know that the pressures of being on back-to-back meetings as well can be a drain. And so we have integrated within our Microsoft Teams the ability to provide nudges to individuals that will give a reminder. It'll say, hey, Michael, I've noticed that you've just had non-stop meeting from the morning. It's a good idea to take a bit of a break, and it may be a 90-second reset for you to sort of get ready for the next meeting. And the science behind the 90-second reset says a lot about just being able to think about or reflect on something that's valuable to you. It could be your family, it could be nature, whatever it may be, but it just gives you a peace of mind to then get ready for the next thing on the agenda. So we've done things like that. We've also just changed last year in the US our annual leave policy. So we have 25 days of annual leave for all levels of the organization, irrespective of the tenure or what career level you are. So we've done a number of things like that just to make sure that people have opportunities to take time and to reset and to really focus on themselves as well.
Yeah, that's great. And I am new to the 90-second reset, so I will take that within my own working day.
Yeah.
Can you share some of the ways Mastercard's company culture specifically supports your employees' mental health?
Yes, so our culture is very strong. We have what's called the Mastercard way, and we have three distinct pillars. One's about creating value, one's about growing together, and the other one is around moving fast. So sort of the three pillars. But underpinning all of that is a culture which we talk about, which is a culture of decency. We call it the DQ, or the decency quotient. So we talk about people can come into the Mastercard because of not just their IQ or their EQ, but also their DQ, their decency. And we talk a lot about we've got our hand on your back, not in your face, as you think about your career, or if you're going through a difficult time and a circumstance in your life. So it's very much embedded in the way that we care for our employees, and that's a core part of the culture. And so things like investments that we've made on things like the programs of flexibility, the focus on work-life balance, the annual leave, the focus on, we've even got benefits like bereavement leave. We know that when someone close to you passes away, that a lot of organizations have to think about how much time do you give someone to deal with bereavement. And we introduce a 20-day bereavement leave if you lose someone direct, like your spouse or child or a parent. We have 10 days if you lose someone like your grandparent or a sibling, and we've got 5 days for extended family. So it's 20, 10, 5. And policies like that are not things that we necessarily overly celebrate because there are difficult times for people, but being able to have the ability to take time off and to actually grieve and to do all the things that you need to do is really important, and it gives people that space that they don't feel pressured to come back to office in a moment when they're really dealing with tragedy in their life. So I think things like that is really important. Just last week, I was traveling in Asia and spent some time with our adaptability BRG. And the adaptability BRG deals with things with people that have got visible or invisible disabilities as well. And last week's topic was around autism and how do you identify it? What should employees think about? How do you think about it from a talent perspective? And so there are a number of initiatives that we've been doing to really continue to think about the whole aspect of workplace and our workplace environment and our colleagues that are at different circumstances and have different needs as well.
Yeah. You've actually given us some of I was going to hop into your benefits next. You've shared some great benefits that you offer. Do you have, or do you want to share any type of specific care benefits that you offer when it comes to mental health?
Yeah, so a lot of the care benefits, things like parental leave. We offer parental leave. We offer up 16 weeks. So that is a great benefit, and it's for both parents as well. So that is a great benefit, and it's global. We have also got things like volunteerism as well. So 5 days of volunteerism. So in the case, so one of our big programs, which we just celebrated yesterday, 10 years of Girls for Tech. This is a program that we've been working on, which is basically employees from Mastercard that have developed curriculum on STEM subjects. So things like engineering or blockchain or crypto, whatever it may be. And we do an outreach to schools, and our own employees go there and do this training. And it's a program. We've just celebrated 10 years, and we've gone from 140 students to 7 million students worldwide. So this is a global program that we have. And so there is science behind if you give back to the community, you feel very enriched, and your well-being also is enlightened as a result of it. So that's just one example. We also have the ability to do donations as well, up to a maximum of $10,000 matching to charities of your choice. So there's a whole range of different things. Even we have mentoring and mentee programs as well. So as people are thinking about their career and their career development, we have a marketplace, a platform, which enables individuals to basically go online, put down their particular interests or needs, and it does a matching. And so this morning, for example, I did a mentoring discussion with a mentee in the UK. And that also just helps people work through particular workplace issues as well. And that's also another program initiative that we have. So there's a number of things like that that we're doing.
That's great. And congratulations on 10 years. That's awesome.
Thank you.
Finally, finances are a major stressor right now in the US. How is Mastercard addressing this concern internally?
Yeah, so this one is another part of the whole wellness suite, if you will, and the financial is obviously a key one because that can bring about a whole lot of wellness challenges for individuals. So we've partnered with ACO that provides financial wellness assessments, webinars. We do regular webinars for all employees, and they provide resources, financial planning, topics like how do you manage market volatility? How should you be thinking about insurance? If you've got children and you're thinking about college education, how do you save for college education? So there's sort of aspects that we've been doing for a very long time now. We also introduced a 401k plan that has a 10% matching. So as an employee, if I put in 6% into my 401k, Mastercard does a matching of 10%. So it's a significant enhancement for individuals as they think about their longer term financial planning, which is quite unique. And we also have just launched, going live in June, an employee stock purchase plan for the US, UK, and Canada. So employees will be able to buy Mastercard stock at a 15% discount. And so that's going to be rolled out globally to our other markets in a phased approach. So there's a number of ways in which we're helping individuals think about not only saving for now and what they need to spend, but also thinking about saving for the future in different ways.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for being here today, Michael. And thank you for the incredible work that you're doing at Mastercard and for sharing some of that with us. Before I let you go, if you could give advice to folks that are leading this work at their own organizations, what advice might you give them in like 1 to 2 sentences?
Yeah, I think it's the work environment is changing rapidly, and I think you've got to meet all your employees where they are. And in these HR roles, it's trying to find benefits that actually deliver value for individuals. It's not a one size fit all, is certainly my advice.
Awesome. Thank you so much again for being here today.
Thank you, Nina.